Ribs, you put me on the spot a few times now about predictions, so I think it's time for me to turn the tables here and ask you, what are you feeling here for who's going to be winning this one? FYC or Team Kurosu?
I'm feeling Kurosu. I mean, I went with FYC, but as I said before, we didn't know what form they would be. It's kind of early to play this match. Usually when you scrim a little bit later in the day, not this early in the afternoon. But hey, FYC didn't look too great. They kind of had moments where they looked a little bit stronger throughout both maps. But I like Team Kurosu. I love this roster, and I think they're going to also be able to take advantage of some of the weaknesses that this FYC roster has.
Yeah, FYC, they felt it was. We talked about it a little bit at the beginning, especially in the first match, how they have that sort of lone wolf mentality going against the teamwork that TSQ was putting on display. It worked well for them on execution, where it was like you said, one person can make all the difference. But I think here, if Team Kurosu is able to really put that pressure point, it can hurt them bad. But our first map going into this is something we've seen before. It's going to be somewhat similar here. We're going to District.
Yeah, District Control, one of my favorite maps to watch when we do play the Control game type. And then when we get to map 2, we'll be Checkout again. And we saw how fun Checkout can be, some of the fastest execution rounds we've seen so far this split. And yeah, I mean, District's going to be a huge telltale how these two teams are going to play against each other and how they're going to match up against each other. And like you said, with FYC, you have to work as a unit. And if you're going to run out as a lone wolf or trying to make these big plays, it's not going to work out for you. Maybe against some of these lower rosters, but against the top echelon that we have in this league, they're going to punish you time in and time out for trying to make those hero plays. It's a team game for a reason, Sam.
Absolutely. Use your utility, work with your teammates, get that communication going. That is what you need here, especially now that we are starting off on District here for Control. We're going to see who's going to be taking control of this hill, J-Ribs.
Yeah, and on the COG team, it will be Team Kurosu, and a big 1v1 being won for that drop shot in the middle of the map. Mayfer is going to have that power weapon. I think she's telling her team, reset, back up, and I will do it for you. The double kill comes out with that drill bit. 3 kills to start this match from Mayfer, but hey, a big double kill coming out right away from Fruits. We know she's warmed up. She made some plays in that first match, and this first hill is still in contention.
Yeah, Sun Grenade slows down Tudsy for a second. Fruits rolling around at the speed of sound. And Carrigan is going to be the one to pick that up. Sky Blue keeping it rolling here, though, keeping things momentum-wise for Team Kurosu, but looks like FYC has a little bit of team aggression, and that's that team aggression that is going to let Team Kurosu hold on to this hill.
Yeah, and what a brawl that was. I believe that was like what we call a double initial, where both teams spawn up and go back to the fight. Maybe even a triple initial. And that first hill finally is going to go to Team Kurosu. That misroll is going to get punished. Mayfer is going to pick up, I think that was back to back to back, making a triple kill from Mayfer already. Look at her stats. 7 kills, 3,700 damage done. And we're only, what, 60, 70 seconds into this first matchup?
That is insane gameplay coming up from Mayford. Absolutely the ringer here right now. All right, so we do have Carry Good going to take a delayed death there, and the shot grenades in the hands of FYC. Smoke grenade to push in on that, and Mayford is a destructive force. Finally forced to get off this point, but not before they cause so much havoc and so much destruction throughout the ranks of FYC. Still, though, this point, it's not quite captured yet. It's being contested. But
yeah, this point's interesting. There's a couple corner hills on this map where you could contest from the top of those stairs, so it does help to have that high ground. But here comes the push from Team Kurosu. They want to get this player right here, Carrigan, out of this spot. Drop shot does get picked up for FYC, and they pick up some downs here in this fight. A team kill comes out. Sky Blue wishing she could take that one back. A great kill, and the revive comes out from Melody. Another kill comes out from Sky Blue. The drop shot, there it is. It's going to be missed. So this is still looking good for Team Kurosu. A very scrappy hill so far, back and forth. But not much points on the board yet for FYC. They're going to need to get their footing and hold their ground.
Okay, it was like you said, it was scrappy. It was a brawl there. FYC, they do have control of that hill. They have 30 seconds left on it too, on top of that. So that could help to get them very close to where Team Kurosu is with 45 seconds on the board. But the contest is going to be happening. A cheeky little fling from Carry Good is going to find some work. Manages to get it down, but not too much there for them. A Sky Blue collapse back almost immediately. iFruits holding back this position here, giving that support to their teammate, and that support, that teamwork is so crucial, and that's going to allow them to continue to hold that hill. But next is up, and they are going to start that rotation over to it.
Yeah, point 3. We're looking at it right here, the ATM hill, like we like to call it. It looks like so far Team Kurosu does have some real estate there. If you look at the mini map, that top left part of the mini map, that's where the hill will be. All 4 members of Team Kurosu are there. The stun grenades, and there's actually a shock grenade in the hands of Melody. So she'll, as we see her throw it there, cut off that choke point. But once again, the hill can be contested. If a player gets on that window, they could shoot down. We're going to see Mayfer go for those kills, and it is going to be Sunset getting taken out. 4v3 on the map. Gameplay left to be decided, though.
Bad roll caught out in the middle, and Lancer fire rains down on you. You're not going to get out of that. Team Kurosu is going to punish you. Zoldyck, though, is going to find Sky Blue, helps him to push onto point, but Melody is holding strong with a double kill. And this hill is not going in any direction. Tudzi does get the drop shot. However, Team Kurosu, they're falling, and FYC is able to take that hill back.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at this now, if FYC is able to maybe win this team fight, they might be able to take the lead. Carry Gun with a great back A shotgun kill and dodges the drop shot. That is a huge play that can't be understated enough. A kill and dodging the power weapon. And as I say that, it looks like FYC might be able to pick up their first lead of this matchup. Just some scrap time left on that hill as we move towards Bandstand, bottom center of the minimap.
Now we're tied up, J-Ribs. And it looked like Team Kurosu, with a strong start, kind of faltering a little bit. Melody does find Sunset all alone, so it's going to help them as they make their way over onto next. The numbers advantage favoring Team Kurosu. As we do see them, they've set up on next. But waiting to see what FYC is going to put out against them, as they are going to approach, get on the hill, try and delay the points from being it's broken. But Mayfer has proven that you cannot underestimate them, and you have to respect that. Carry Good going to take that L, and the hill, along with the lead, goes back to Team Kurosu.
Yeah, and unfortunately, FYC never technically took the lead. I thought they would, but they pretty much just tied it up. Full team white comes out, the Lancers are coming out, and this is kind of what haunted FYC in the later parts of that ritual control in the first matchup. When they were forced to push into a setup, a lot of times they didn't do it as a full unit, and they just got Lancered out. Deuce looks like she's going to go down, but here comes Melody picking up a huge double kill. Some great movement and great shotgun. Her own great shotgun play coming out from Team Kurosu, Sam.
Mayfer is the reaper of this match. They go down, they're not out, and if you are in their sightlines, you better watch out, because we have a Nasher duel. As Sunset wins, Melody tries to roll away, get to safety, but instead is not gonna find that for the Mayfer. Just rolling right in, though. Yeah, that aggression, no fear, no scared, and it is going in the way of Mayfer. Look at that, they know that they can take it, and it's that confidence that leads them into these battles. And Sky Blue, Team Kurosu, they're just picking it up now.
Yeah, I mean, this is Gears in a nutshell. I mean, great observing, switching to all of these shotgun fights right before they're decided. And that's just really what Gears is. These shotgun engagements, whether they're one-on-ones, two-on-twos, they're such personal fights. And right now, it's Team Kurosu that's taking it quite personal. Sky Blue with a great drop shot kill. Team Kurosu now all the way at the 150 mark. It was tied at 71 just a second ago, it felt like, Sam. But Team Kurosu is just winning all of their engagements.
Yeah, they thought to themselves, okay, you know what, we gave them a bone. Now it's time to show them what we're capable of. Melody proving that out on the field. We have another engagement here right behind this little cubby. And of course, Mayfer is coming out on top. That is disgusting gameplay. And Team Kurosu, they are not giving any more inches here. No more favors for you, FYC.
And that's what you have to do. You cannot give the opponent any type of leverage. I love that Team Kurosu is saying, hey, we can't lose to this team. They just lost. They don't look great. We have the better shotguns. FYC trying to fight back, though. There's still 20 seconds left on this hill. Technically just scrap time. We're going to rotate now. Bottom left of the minimap. You see there's a couple players there. We're on board with Carrygod. This is where the next hill will be. So it's good for her to get some type of real estate as she's doing. The reinforcements are going to be there as well. This is one of those hills, Sam, as we've seen before, where you can contest the hill from both bottom and top. And that's why the fight's going to ensue right away. FYC taking a lot of damage. The revives come out. Great angle here for Melody. She's going to rain down fire here from the juice box. And it looks like it is going to be FYC, though, on the hill. Drop shot going in the hands of Team Kurosu, though. That can be huge. She needs to stay alive here. She has the drop shot on her back. That could be crucial. She goes down. She does. But Mayfer, once again, being the hero, picks up the double. She doesn't even get the revive. She's leaving her teammate to get the revive. Mayfer is just the Terminator here in this matchup today. Oh, another one. That's a triple kill.
Look at that. Look at that. On the hill. They wanted it. They took it back. All pretty much single-handedly. It was solo. It was in their hands, and they find the pressure points. They know what they need to do. The win condition is Mayfer here. Just insane gameplay from them. And Tudsy with a double kill from the drop shot. That just put any hopes of FYC trying to get this hill back under their control in the bin, J-Ribs.
And Tudsy was down. She was going to be dead with the drop shot on her back. Instead, Mayfer comes through, gets the triple kill. Tudsy gets revived, and then she gets a triple kill of her own. All of the members of Team Kurosu are now feeling themselves. Every time we switch to their screen, we're just watching. Look at all these shots. Sky Blue hitting multiple shots, forces a team kill to come out. Just keeps backing up, getting some spacing. Now Mayfer with the cross angle is going to be walking right into that. We switch over to Mayfer, gets taken out. Next hill will be back at the Cinema Hill, where we started this match. But look at the score disparity right now. This matchup completely in the control of Team Kurosu.
Yeah, just get rid of that down before the teammates are able to come and revive that, give them the numbers advantage here. 75 points for that hill, fresh off the presses, and it's going to be under control of FYC, but we just seen how scary Team Kurosu can be when they are coordinated, when they have that assault ready to go. We have a long swing coming out from Sky Blue, going all the way around. He's going to catch Zoldyck out, but Cell Fruits backing off, entrenching in the middle of this hill. Carrygood taking a lot of damage, gonna have to wait for that red to go away, and it is just deadly. Melody Mayfer comes in, and that is gonna be the support from Sky Blue. Right around, pitch them out, and guess what? A hill is taken back over to Team Kurosu.
And I just want to say it flat out, I am so impressed with some of this high-level shotgun play I'm seeing from some of these players on Team Kurosu. Tudsy with another drop shot kill. That's going to full red Fruits. Fruits is going to go down. And Team Kurosu just milking away at this lead. Up now over 100 points. And yeah, I'm just impressed with the gameplay overall. Team Kurosu, I said I like this roster, Sam, but they impress me more and more every time I get the pleasure of casting them. Carrygood on the flank picks up a kill. But it's going to have to be a lot of winning fights for FYC if they're going to bring this one back. Sam, won't count them out just yet, though. You see, there's still some fight in them.
There is still some fight in them, and where there was a large gulf just a few seconds ago, it's starting to close. It's still huge, but not as big as it could be here for Team Kurosu and FYC. They warmed up, and they are coming off that defeat from last round, the last matchup. They're starting to roll back around. They want to get to that point where they were tied up here. So the less than 50 points for Team Kurosu to close it out, where FYC has to play to perfection. They have to play to their strengths here. Meanwhile, Team Kurosu, they have the 1, they have the 2 on the point. Start gearing back up for themselves and deny any of that going back over to FYC. Sky Blue just back out and contest.
Exactly. Yeah, at this point, you have the lead. You don't need to force anything. It is going to be Team Kurosu, though, that needs to lock up. They don't want to let FYC back into this matchup. Melody getting pressed right now by 2 players. Going to use a defensive stun grenade. Meanwhile, we hop on board from Mayfer. Melody did end up picking up 1 kill. She gets traded out. On the side of FYC, we know they're a great checkout team. We know they could bounce back if they lose this map, but you can't keep going down 0-1 against these strong rosters. You have to be able to win these controls. Sunset trying to clean up this kill. Sky Blue is full red. Sky Blue's going to play some great defensive play there. The drop shot goes in the hands of Team Kurosu as well. but there are going to be some downs in favor of FYC. 2 kills coming out. So now 4v2 on the map for FYC.
Ooh.
And Kurosu's looking a little bit cooler now. They're starting to slow down.
But during this entire engagement, Team Kurosu has managed to completely squander any points that FYC could have gotten on that hill and just abandon it and go for the next one here. And it's that kind of strategy that I'm like that I think we were talking about earlier, where FYC they've recognized that, hey, okay, you know what, there's nothing here. Instead of trying to get the scraps, we send everybody forward, and it's this teamwork that is actually starting to work out a little bit well for them. But unfortunately, though, Team Kurosu has just proven to be too much of a wall. As Tudzi cleans that up, gets the full red, and the kill on top of that flips right back around. And the communication from Sky Blue is just beautiful, and you can see that as they turn around, point back under control for Team Kurosu. 30 seconds left to close us out and get a win on the board from themselves.
Yeah, great. Overall, just great gameplay coming out from Team Kurosu. I'm really loving what I'm seeing coming out of them. FYC is kind of a couple steps behind in a lot of these fights.
Oh!
And you made a great point before. I mean, Team Kurosu, even though they didn't win all the fights, they just neutralized that previous hill. And now, look, they're in a full setup at the ATM hill. And I believe with these final kills, 10 seconds to go, Sam, it's going to be Team Kurosu closing it out in quite the dominant fashion. 300 to technically 150. It was never even a close match. Never even close.
Clean. That, yeah, that was, for lack of a better word, J-Rip, it was clean coming from Team Kurosu. And it's going to be breaking out. They want it. They can feel it. They know that could be that, because that was going to be the deciding factor as we go into our final map against these two teams, Team Kurosu and FYC. They are ready to duke it out as we head over to B point. 2 members, Team Kurosu, are going to be pushing over into that, and respecting that, Mayfair is just going to try and get out of there as quickly as they can. The down happens where the revive comes up to keep them safe. I'm going to retreat back over. Still, looks like Team Kurosu is going to have the numbers advantage on to C now.
Yeah, and Vasgar is one of the only escalation maps that we have in our competitive cycle that isn't symmetrical. So it's going to be a lot of the times you're going to see rotations. You're going to see players running away from certain fights and just rotating the map. Right now, it is going to be FYC that's kind of trying to push into the spawn of Team Kurosu. And it looks like they're going to be getting punished. But once again, the revives coming out from FYC has been so important in some of these team engagements. So now, 2 hills in favor of FYC. They're down some points, but it looks like Team Kurosu is going to have to wait for reinforcements, maybe push towards this B hill, try to decap this B hill. And yeah, this is so far a very even matchup on this first round, Sam.
It's been kind of interesting to see these two going back and forth. We've seen some team downs. We've seen quick picks with the Nasher. It's just, it's like you said, it's just kind of even. Both teams are giving each other the black eye. Team Kurosu, however, is going to be the ones to pull ahead as they only have control of C point. Oh, and Melody pops up right from behind cover, gets the quick Nasher kill. That's going to give them the opening that they want to push in on to see. Sky Blue pushing there, and Tudzi is going to show Carry Good the business end. Zoldyck, however, is going to hold that C point in the 1v1 and is kind of turning around, but Team Kurosu, they're still in control.
Yeah, and this is going to be an overextension here for FYC, pushing towards the home hill of Team Kurosu, which is dangerous. 3 players now. Look at the mini map. They're getting ready to swarm. They're saying, how dare you come into our territory and try to take our home hill? So FYC does get the decap and the cap, but they're going to lose 2 members back to back. Now, our eyes should be going over towards the B hill, where it looks like there's going to be a 1v2 battle. One player kind of playing the secret man. Yeah, they're going to get behind those players, and now it's going to be a nice pinch in favor of Team Kurosu. Great heads up play from Melody, kind of hiding her numbers there. Damage comes out, revives come out. Still no kills yet for Team Kurosu. Melody's going to try to reposition herself. And once again, Sam, did you see that revive train coming out from FYC? Great teamwork, and it's going to help them win this fight.
Absolutely, and that reestablishes control of a B point for themselves. However, during that entire engagement, Team Kurosu running up there is going to get control of that hill. However, back in the home spawn and A point, A hill, is going to be taken by FYC. A chainsaw kill is going to be punished with a Nasher shot to the face, and now it's a 1v1 duel. Sky Blue wins it. C point is back under control. B point for Team Kurosu, and they are going to be taking this first round win.
Yeah, well played from Team Kurosu. Even if they didn't get that chainsaw kill and win that 1v1, that was an uncontested B hill. And that's what you need to see out of the spawn of Team Kurosu. A couple players went towards the fight on their home hill, but one player knew, hey, B hill is not in, there's nobody in a defensive spot there. So that's how you win on Vasgar. Sometimes it's hard to get those triple cap dominations compared to some of our escalation maps like Harbor, maybe Training Grounds. But if you could just continue to rotate the map and make sure you always have 1 to 2 hills in your possession, you could win by the 250 point threshold. And I think once again, Team Kurosu has a better understanding of how to play that type of play style. And that's the winning play style, at least on this map. And that's how they were able to win district control as well. Just better rotations and better risk reward management. FYC need to bounce back in a great way here, Sam. Take it away with our initial fight.
Oh yeah, and the initial fight is going to be breaking out at C Hill. All 3 members of FYC, they're just going to push right in on that. The lone member of Team Kurosu can't support that, can't go against it. Disengage almost immediately, and we're going to have a little fight breaking out on a point. They're just going to disengage. Meanwhile, B, under control, Team Kurosu. But FYC has 2 in their pocket, and that's going to start giving them the lead as we continue pushing forward. Melody in the red, going to have to play it safe. Trying to decide where they want to go here, but it looks like FYC, they've kind of found the momentum that they need and want here.
Yeah, just as I was giving credit to Team Kurosu, it seemed like they really didn't have any direction there. They even picked up the first kill of this round, and they still didn't know where they wanted to go. So FYC, they're going to capitalize. They're going to have 2 hills under their control. And it just looks like they're doing a great job of figuring out which players they want to fight. Mayfer gets taken out. Now a 4v3 on the map in favor of FYC. They're going to get aggressive here at the luggage fight. Melody doing her best. She gets taken out as well. Tudsy gets downed. So now with all these numbers, do we see FYC maybe get aggressive? Sky Blue trying to get the 2v1, and she does. Sam, that's a highlight play to get her team back into this round.
That is the shot in the arm that Team Kurosu needed. But meanwhile, we're having the fight on C Point. Melody shooting all over the place, wants to try and find their target. They do manage to find it with the help of Mayfer. And another engagement happening here. But still, though, FYC, they're holding on. They still have control of all of these hills. They're starting to approach. Only need 40 seconds. And where Team Kurosu had the advantage on the first round, FYC is bringing it back over here in the second round.
Yeah, at this point in time, FYC can win this round with just 1 hill. They don't even need 2 hills. So it's going to be up to Team Kurosu to get a clean wipe, kill all the members of FYC, and get a triple cap domination. We're on board with Sunset now in a 1vx scenario. She's not going to be able to pick up any kills. But look at the B hill, look at the minimap. There's really no players on the side of Team Kurosu that's near this B hill. And it looks like most of the members of FYC are going to send their forces there. Nice kill coming out from Carry Good. She's going to pick up 1. And make it another one coming out in favor of FYC. Surely they win this round. They do. No one's going to be able to decap the B hill. It's going to be tied 1-1, Sam.
Yeah, just hold that B hill. Don't give it up for anything and win in 1 second. There you go. FYC, where it looked like the first round was a little bit dicey, this second round coming up for them is going to go in their favor, where the rotations were clean, the engagements were immaculate, and that is exactly what is going to be happening here. This is what you were wanting, J-Ribs, is competitive fashion, not a clean stomp, as we have to make our way over to this first of 5.
Yeah, and as we look at the weapon selection so far, both teams building up to a Retro Lancer, so that's a great support weapon that one of these players can pick up and try to put themselves in position to put as much damage as damage out as possible. And I also mentioned Vasgar being, not symmetrical. There is a favored side, and it is that arrival spawn. Both of these teams have won on that spawn so far. So we'll see if Team Kurosu can win on arrival spawn once again. Tudsy does pick up first blood. Mayfer gets it down, but then it's going to get traded out. The kill doesn't come out, so it's a 3v3 on the map. But it is going to be Team Kurosu breaking the home hill so far of FYC. 1 player now trying to stop Seeker. It's Tudsy versus Seeker. 1v1 engagement. Tudsy kind of catching Seeker off guard and a player off of spawn. That's Mayfer is going to get that pinch. And right now, that arrival spawn that I spoken about, Sam, it does look like it's working in the favor of Team Kurosu.
Yeah, Team Kurosu just assaults that hill. No one able to stop them. That is going to be going in their favor right off. A down translates into the kill for Sunset, and now almost uncontested. But Team Kurosu has control of A and B. Thankfully, though, C didn't go in their way. Keeps FYC going for a little bit longer.
Yeah, no, there's still a lot of engagements left on this round. FYC, knowing that this is their bad side, they don't really have anything to lose. Melody gets jumped over cover, doesn't get the counter. Sunset picks up a double kill because of that. You don't really see the mantle kicks that often. Make it a triple for Sunset. And if it wasn't for Mayfer winning that 1v1, that would have been the round. Very clutch fight from Mayfer, and her team still has the point lead as well.
That they do at this particular moment, and it's the hill. A hill definitely is going back and forth for the moment, but Sunset is going to be the one to push in on C hill, take it back under control for FYC, and it's back and forth still. These two teams, they're punching at each other. They're finding the weaknesses and they're trying to exploit it as best they can. C is broken. Mayfer rolls right in, takes you out. The revive for Melody, and the revive train is happening here. It's going to translate though as Seeker gets there, as Melody claps back. He's not going to be holding up for too much longer. It has to roll around. But Team Kurosu, they are the more dominant. They're in the more dominant position right now.
They are. And with that being said, this is a crucial engagement for the side of FYC. They need to get this push. They need to decap the home hill here of Team Kurosu, and they're going to do just that. Now, do they try to send their forces over towards the B hill, or do they try to hold the home hill? Either way, Team Kurosu needs to win a lot of these fights if they're going to stay in this round. A double kill comes out from Seeker. That's going to be huge. I think FYC might be able to steal this round away. Big fight here coming out. Team Kurosu trying to get their home hill back. It looks like they're going to be able to get the cap, but it still is Sky Blue trying to fight it off. She's going to be able to pick up both of those kills, but look at the score right now, Sam. It is 2 hills in favor of FYC, and they're going to take the point advantage. At this point, Swarm Team will win in about 15 seconds.
Oof, that is a turnaround here for FYC. What looked like it was going in the direction of Team Kurosu has come back. And the dominance that they showed in the first round is starting to crumble under the pressure. And FYC, they are going to be taking this round. That brings us into our second one for them. Final
round of the half before we switch over the hills to the D, E, and F hills. And this is a point where I would assume one of these two teams would maybe put a weapon on the center line. It looks like FYC, knowing that they won that last round, they're going to upgrade their Retro Lancer into the Incend grenades. And I believe Team Kurosu, if they're not going to do that also, they're going to maybe place a power weapon down either at the helicopter or at the tank. Nope, they're going to also upgrade their Retro Lancer. So nothing changing yet on the opposing strategy. But like I said, it was FYC that won on their bad side. Now they go back to a rival spawn where it's a little bit closer to the 2 hills, the A and the B hill. Makes this side a little bit better in a lot of people's opinion for Vasgar escalation.
And right off the bat, Sunset just putting in the Lancer fire, but the engagement is going to happen. Team Kurosu, they're holding this C hill so hard. But if you look down below over at B, we have the 1v1, and that's going to go in the favor of Team Kurosu. Picks are being traded out. Tudzi is going to go down, but along with the member of Sunset 2. But it looks like Team Kurosu are going to come out on top as they get one down, translates into a kill. And that is them holding this point. We have a tool. Look at that, though, at B Hill. They're going to get the reinforcements for 2 for 2. No one wants to give that up. Team Kurosu, they need to bring it back around for themselves. Mayfer versus Sunset. The Lancer Fire is going to be supporting it. It's going to go in their favor. Full red as they go down. No one to support them, and they push forward. They want to get that domination, and that is exactly what they're going to do. And a chainsaw kill to close it out. That's exactly what you want.
I've already gotten to see more chainsaw kills than I expected to see in this matchup, and I'm here for it. I love that animation so much. What I don't love is the fact that one of the FYC players seems to have lagged out of the lobby.
Oh.
Just when we were having such a great competitive and smooth match. I believe we're going to have to take a technical timeout here. I don't want to see this go in a 4v3 fashion. Surely we're going to let that player join back. And they have the ability in the host of the lobby to make the round a draw. So we should be able to just chill and sit where we are as the player tries to join back. Usually that's what happens. Wait, are they already back in the lobby?
I think they are.
Okay, perfect.
All right, yeah, we're back.
Even better.
Okay.
Wait, why is she trying to kill her teammate? Okay.
Oh!
I believe they're going to be able to restart this round, no harm done. Usually when you're killing your teammate, that signals to the other team, hey, we're not ready. That's not a strategy that helps you win rounds, just killing your teammates right off the spawn, Sam. Just so you're confused, that's not their shot of the winning strategy at all.
Yeah, J-Ribs, you know, I wondered if that was like a mental thing, you know, just show that you're not scared. You don't need the rest of your team to push forward.
Definitely not.
We're going to take this 1v4.
Yeah, no, they're signaling that we need some type of pause, some type of timeout. And then, yeah, so the player did lag out. That was actually that player's that player's ghost right there saying, you know, I lagged out, but, you know, it still says that I'm here in the lobby. So we'll get that player back in the lobby. It shouldn't take too long. People in the chat, definitely let us know. Who do you have winning this? I mean, it's tied 2-2 at halftime going into the second half of Escalation. This is the deciding map 3. This is as close as it gets, Sam.
This is the action that we were hoping for, J-Ribs, where the first map was clearly Team Kurosu, the second map was clearly FYC, and now the third map is kind of question mark. We don't know yet. Both teams have shown that they are eager to win this, and translating into that eagerness sometimes is a mistake. And when mistakes happen, they get punished. And that's what I'm loving seeing here from both teams. They have adapted to each other's playstyles, and these adaptations are going so far. And that's why we're seeing this sort of back and forth. This one team takes the advantage, the other team, and then the other team. And it's competitiveness. It is what we've been wanting.
Yeah, no, I love that Escalation is always the deciding game type. Also, if you didn't know this, Sam, throughout all of Gears 4 eSports, you know, a full 3 years of competition, Escalation was the only game type that we played. And at that time, it was a new game type. We didn't have Escalation in Gears 1, 2, or 3, but it was made with competitive in mind. And a lot of the times, the better team won Escalation. I mean, we saw domination coming out from Optic Game, and they won multiple tournaments throughout seasons 1 and 2. And it's because they just had a better grasp over the game type. They knew how to play through the risk reward. They knew how to get dominations when the time would come. And there would be so many instances where they would be losing an entire round and they would get a domination last second. Stuff like that is just so entertaining. And that's why I love Escalation as a game type. And I'm glad we still use it in this type of format as the map 3. I think it's so fitting.
Yeah, we saw it last week too, where we were so close. One team was so close to getting that win, and then a domination happened, took the round back in their favor. And that's what I love about Escalation. We're back in it though. Zoldyck, technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, they do happen. So we just gotta, thank you for being patient with all of us. We hit that re-engage though. We hit this halftime. All the hills have changed and everything has been thrown on its back, as we do see both teams are just giving it up. Still though, it looks like Team Kurosu are going to be picking up the first 2 for themselves. And a kill.
Yeah, Team Kurosu gets the 2-hill cap and they get the first kill. They're going to have to double back. Melody with the incense in her hands does pick up the kill with the AoE effect.
Oh!
And the incense comes out for Seeker. Surely she's going to get taken out, but she doesn't go down without taking out a player first of the side of Team Kurosu. Now Mayfer behind enemy lines, she's going to get taken out, but I think everything considered, to start this round on the second half, it goes in favor of Team Kurosu.
Yeah, now Team Kurosu, they push on to the F hill, but the rotations, of course, coming out from FYC as well. Sky Blue, all by their lonesome, is going to wait for the reinforcements to just back off, get the disengage, and wait for your team to come and try and help you here. But in the time span of that, FYC is going to take over E. No one to try and stop that. D is going to find action in and of itself as Sky Blue and Zoldyck, they're looking into each other's eyes. Melody goes down. Going to be quite painful for them as Mayfer, they had an explosive entrance and it's kind of slowed down for them here. It's going to be the 2v1, but it's going to be a 2v none.
Yeah, good job right now from FYC regaining control of 2 hills. With that, they will be able to take the lead. Right now, we're seeing a battle for the E hill, which is the neutral hill here in second half. And it looks like it's going to be a battle won by Team Kurosu. So they're going to be able to pick up that hill. Their home hill is currently under contention, though. This looks like another 2v2 battle, being a lot of moving parts in Escalation Vasgar. And right now, those moving parts go in favor of FYC. They're up by about 30 points. They have 2 hills in their control. The only hill they don't have is the E hill, but that's okay. They can hold this setup with just the D and the F hill. Sky Blue, though, getting really sneaky. He's going to pick up a kill for her efforts. It's going to be Team Kurosu that has to put their foot on the gas right now to get back into this crucial 5th round.
And they're just hanging out, being sneaky, but it's like you said, they need to get hills under their control. And so far, FYC has been proven to be the shield that they can't quite break through. Sky Blue comes up behind. And it's that technique so far that has been working out so well for them. A down going to translate into a kill for Tudzi as they are able to take control. Melody wanted to break it, get that domination. It's not going to happen, but that's what they need to do here now. Swarm, the FYC, no matter what happens, unless Team Kurosu are able to get that control, able to get that domination, it's going to go in their win. 10 seconds left on the board, even with just 1 hill. And that is too powerful.
Yeah, FYC is going to be able to win the round with the 250-point threshold. Good job from them. And Team Kurosu wasn't able to regain control of their home hill throughout the whole second half of that round, and that's probably why they lost that round. So FYC, after taking a tough loss in the first broadcasted match of the day, then going down 0-1 right after that to Team Kurosu, they're now in control of this important 3rd escalation map. Still anybody's game here, Sam, but this is extremely close, and FYC is doing a great job of keeping the game in their favor, just continuing to have the lead. I believe they won the first round of this map, and now they're up the first round of the half.
Yeah, J-Riz, we're cutting our teeth. These 2 teams, they are out for blood, and they are just hitting the haymaker after haymaker against each other. And especially for FYC, who've been going, this is their 5th round, their 5th match of the day, but exhaustion is not stopping them. They aren't feeling any effects here. They are operating at peak efficiency, and in fact, as time has gone on, seems they're doing better for themselves. And in fact, they are going to be taking control of the Torque Bow. Carry Good realizes that the numbers are not in their favor. Is going to try and survive as long as they could, but the down is going to be happening for them as Zoldyck tries to rotate, pick up, and help out, but it's not going to be happening. And look at that, they're going to be pinched. They're going to engage. They're going to try and do that. Sky Blue, though, the flanker with the name, is going to be helping that translate into a kill. And there we have it. Still, during that entire engagement, FYC was able to take D Hill, and get that under their control and start taking the lead for themselves.
Yeah, and that's the home hill right now that we're watching, and it is going to be Team Kurosu trying to regain their home hill. Melody hitting some great shotgun shots. She does pick up that double kill there. As we transition back over towards the fight for what looks to be positioning on the spawn, the arrival spawn. This is where FYC spawns. So that's going to be 4 dead right now for FYC. So Team Kurosu with the point lead, with the hill lead. And there was a torque bow placed on the map, Sam, but right now it's not in play. Player who picked it up got taken out with the weapon on their back. So no one's able to pick that up. Team Kurosu looking good here right now, winning multiple engagements, but FYC kind of just forced into their spawn trying to battle out.
Yeah, it looks like they want to go for that domination pickoff for Team Kurosu, and they're going to be making their way over that hill. And look at that setup is going to keep D-Hill safe. Meanwhile, the Cog is going to dominate. Team Kurosu is going to dominate. Ooh, but it's been denied. One person to try and stop that. And it's actually going to work out for them. They were able to hold it. Against all odds, they managed to hold fast. They managed to hold steady in a 2v1. But the re-engage is going to happen. But Seeker is going to prevent that. Break the hill and get that back under their control. So close with Team Kurosu.
Yeah, Sunset keeping her team alive there with a huge 1v2, but I think it's a little too late now. Sky Blue gonna have a great opportunity here to maybe pick up multiple kills. She only gets 1. So these are these moments that I was talking about here, Sam, where we can maybe see a last second push for FYC to get that triple domination. But I don't think they're gonna get onto either of the hills in time. They will not. We're tied up 3-3 here. Extremely competitive escalation map here. Yes, exactly. Back and forth, Sam.
It's up and down, each team going at each other, figuring out what they need to do. The win condition isn't quite there yet for either one. Both teams still have to win 2 more rounds, and they've also they've been taking it all the way with no one really able to dominate. Team Kurosu was able to get that 1 domination win, but these teams have not just it hasn't been a shut case. They've been able to find one person out with team engagements. It goes back and forth, like I've been saying this entire time. Each team has just been kind of not able to get the leg up on either one.
And it was Team Kurosu the round before that did place the torque bow down at the tank. So that is going to be a focal point. You see on the bottom left side of the minimap, both teams sending a lot of their numbers there. We didn't really see that torque bow used at all in the previous round. This time around, I want to see one of these teams get that weapon. We're on board with Sky Blue. Going through the middle, the center lane to try to get a flank, and she does get it down. Will she be able to pick up the kill? I believe so, yes. Torque bow in the hands of Seeker, though, currently. Sky Blue does have that angle. The torque bow kill will come out. So Sky Blue with that flank angle isn't going to be able to do much. But wait, off the spawn, it's Tudzi. She takes out the torque bow player. Torque bow out of play. Sky Blue on the flank, doing such a great job this round, being a nuisance, Sam, from that flank angle.
It's that idea that you have to watch where you're coming from. You got to watch all angles, and you have to keep them you have to keep them covered. And Sky Blue has just been such like a sneaky little player. No one able to find them. No one able to take them out. And they're pushing that advantage so many times. And look at that right there. They're just waiting. They're being so sneaky. Meanwhile, 2 members of FYC are going to push on to F point. They're going to go straight to D point. Take that D hill with little to no contestation.
Yeah, and the rotations need to come out from FYCs. Right now, they can only solidify 1 hill at a time. And this is a round where Team Kurosu has been winning so many fights. I mean, I give all the credit in the world to Sky Blue for opening up that middle lane. We're on board with Seeker here, though. She's on the opposing team's home hill. She's going to get 2v1 angled out. Really didn't have a chance there. Multiple kills come out in favor of Team Kurosu. Sky Blue finally gets taken out with Melody. So that's the home hill in favor of FYC. But look at the score line right now. Up almost 70 points is Team Kurosu. They could get themselves to match point. Mayfer showing her guns right now. And right after that, picks up almost 2 kills. Mayfer's having fun out there, Sam. Emoting and getting kills. Her team with a good lead here in this crucial round 8.
Hey, at least you're able to get a pick. You know, if you go down, you emote, and you don't get anything, that is just too much embarrassment. You gotta leave the game at that point. No one and hides your face. While we're having the 1v1 duel, Carry Good versus Melody. The rest of the team is gonna come up there, and that is the number situation that you don't want to have, the 1v3, and they're gonna be winning that, of course. Hill is gonna be going back under their control. Get that, Hill. Make sure to grab it. There we go. And yeah, where FYC is finding the advantages, Team Kurosu, they're able to bring it back. Torque bow in their favor too. On top of that, have control of the power weapon. Melody is going to push forward in on that. Nothing is going to be coming up, and they have to back off. Regroup back on F Hill with Tudzi as the assault. They only need 10 more seconds on the clock. Just wait. Just wait it out.
Yeah, and the players of FYC are going to be able to no, they're taking that's 2 rounds in a row where I'm thinking, okay, maybe they could get the decap and maybe they could battle it out, but they're taking too much time. They need to be more aggressive in those moments. So hey, Team Kurosu, match point here, up 4-3. An extremely competitive escalation nonetheless, but it is Team Kurosu. Winning those back-to-back rounds is crucial for them.
Absolutely. We have the match point here for Team Kurosu. If they're able to close this out, that is it. That they win this matchup. They win against FYC here. So let's see how this is going to work out for them. They've proven back-to-back that they can do this. We have a long shot on the field, and we have a torque bow to go along with that. These power weapons are going to be huge, especially I think that long shot. Nice open sight lines to take advantage here on Vasgar, and depending on whose hands it goes into, it is going to be destructive.
Yeah, and it looks like Team Kurosu is going to send 3 players over towards that E-hill where the long shot was placed. The torque bow will go in the hands of FYC. But the E-Hill and the sniper rifle go in hands of Team Kurosu. Mayfer now in a 1v2 scenario isn't going to wait for help. She's going to try to take this 1v2, and she does. That might actually be a triple cap. No. They're not in position to triple cap, but that was a huge 1v2, Sam. I mean, at this point, sniper rifle and a 2-hill advantage. Team Kurosu is looking great to close this out.
Yeah, winning that 2v1, that is just cannot be understated. How well this is going to set up Team Kurosu here in this final matchup, this match point for them, being able to roll off of that momentum. And you can see how scattered FYC is trying to decide where they want to go. And that's going to be the E-Hill. Sunset pushes forward, going to take Lancer Fire. Ooh, gonna get into downed as well. Meanwhile, Tudsy is putting that long shot to good use. Melody getting that kill, getting that pick.
That's 4 dead.
Yep, and that is the domination coming through to end this out, and a nice air guitar.
That's it. That's all she wrote. It is going to be Team Kurosu winning in a 2-1 fashion. Definitely a much more competitive matchup than we've seen throughout the entirety of this split, to be honest. But Sam, FYC loses 2 matches back-to-back to start day 2 or week 2 of split 3. This is definitely a tough scenario if you're a fan of FYC or part of that organization. Congratulations, though, Team Kurosu and the Signal Queens getting their first 2 wins today of the split.
We do have to at least give it to FYC a little bit. They were able to find their footing on checkout, but in a little bit of that went forward into them with Vasgar, but it just wasn't able to continue that momentum. And Team Kurosu, they were finally able to. It was kind of like what happened on the first map. They evened it out, but then Team Kurosu put the pedal to the metal, pulled ahead, and never looked back.
Yeah, that's what you have to be able to do. You have to be able to close out these matchups in this competitive scenario. And Team Kurosu doing a great job of that. Congratulations to them once again. Definitely a tough loss for FYC.